Yo, what's up guys, it's me Jake here, and recently I posted something on my community tab to see what videos you guys wanted to see from me, and here's the video that was winning at the time I'm currently recording this. It might not be winning by the time I'm editing it, or even by the time I posted it. I don't know yet, but we'll see. But by the time that I was recording this, this is the video that was winning. Now this is not supposed to be a top 10, just more of a most recent, my favorite manga covers that I currently own within my collection that either I've gotten recently or I haven't talked about in other videos before. So I kind of want to go and give you guys my opinions about the manga I like in my collection and some of their covers that are just very good. And also want to highlight some that don't get the recognition that they deserve. So let's just get into it. There isn't 10, there's just a couple I want to talk about. Now, they are kind of ordered from worst to best, but that doesn't mean anything. They're all great covers. Starting off with Get Backers 25. This, I just love the cover. I think that having the kind of color scheme that all the other volumes have, all these bright and vibrant colors. Then you go into this one, which is all these dark colors, with the lightest color being like a darker purple. I think it really makes this cover just pop more, and it is the final volume of the original Get Backers series before it goes into Infinity Fortress, which technically isn't a thing in Japan. It's just an American thing that Tokyo Pop did and never even completed. But I'm going to say this right now, I think this cover really fits for the series of having this guy hyped up and having him be like this Grim Reaper kind of guy, big bad, you know. And as you can see, he looks sick on the final cover. I haven't read this far. I've only read the first couple volumes. I think he's just like kind of been introduced and talked about. He hasn't really been shown much, but very interesting and a very cool cover concept that I've been really enjoying ever since I bought it. So yeah, very much like this cover. The next one gets a lot of hype because I actually think this is the best My Hero cover. There's a couple more recently that I think rival it, and I think there's a lot of them that are amazing, but this one is just so nice. That's My Hero 25. I think the whole color scheme of purple with Shigaraki fits perfectly. I think how it kind of has this black kind of splatters on it kind of fits his decay quirk very well. And I just really like the concept that Toyo Horikoshi was going with on this volume. I like the color of the font of the text too, with the darker purple with the black. I think it looks very nice. I also like how it meshes back into the spine with the same color scheme. It's just a very nice looking cover. And if you don't know, I'm a huge stickler for nice spines, and this one definitely has a nice spine because of the color scheme. Now, I will say this right now, My Hero, it does have a tendency of having white spines, so having these brighter color ones is always amazing. Really like the look of this one, and it really just pop and stand out. I think it's a very nice one. It is the first volume, I believe, of the War Arc, or technically second. I don't know where this technically is, but, yeah, I'm just gonna say this right now. This cover, amazing. I think this is where Shigaraki starts becoming an amazing villain, and I think it very much emphasizes the impact Shigaraki has on the series, having this kind of cover and showing how crazy he could be. So, very nice cover. Now, next one you guys are probably going to expect, because anyone who watches my channel knows I am a huge Shuzo Oshimi fan. Love all his works, and this is actually the series that got me into Shuzo Oshimi, which I don't know if any of you guys know this. You guys might know this if you're real long-term viewers of this channel. That's going to be Happiness, and this is volume 3, I was about to say 6. I think the color scheme on this is just perfect. Seeing how Okazaki is just becoming a vampire and just finally accepting it, and it shows on this cover, done perfectly. Also, one thing I like a lot is how you can see there's a cutoff of the front, and on the back, it's the other side. I think that's a really nice little addition that they had on here. It doesn't really fit the spine, but all the spines for Happiness are kind of like this, even 4, with the whole wacky, like, acid trip cover, has like that. I'm going to say this right now. I just love the look of this volume. I don't think the camera does it justice. I wish it did, but if you guys have ever seen this volume in person, you guys can agree. It's just a beautiful looking cover. The art is just amazing. Shuzo Oshimi has a way of drawing that I feel like that not many manga can really do. And I think he just does it perfectly, and I really wish we had more volumes like this from Shuzo Oshimi. We don't have many volumes that look like this from Shuzo Oshimi, I will be very honest, so kind of saddening, but this is just beautiful. Now, the next one volume cover, even though technically it's not one, they're connecting covers, but I got these recently, and they just look too good to not show off. I showed them off in my most recent haul. If you have not watched that, card's going to be right up here, sorry. And that's going to be Haganai 19 and 20. I think it's this way, yeah. This just, it looks so good. I think it looks amazing when you have them connected perfectly. It's kind of hard with my ring light to show off, but yeah, I think this is not one you're going to come by much often, seeing something this good. And I'm going to say this right now, seeing the evolution from the Haganai art from volume 1 to 20 is just absolutely insane. I will say the art is still good in volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc., but just seeing how good it does get and seeing how the covers just get this pretty is insane. I also didn't expect these to be connecting covers. I actually recently found these out when I had them, and I looked at them, and I saw her bag get cut off here, and there's a bag here, and I went like this, and I went, wow, these are supposed to be like this. I know, funny story, I know, but yeah, very much love these covers, very nice looking. I think the shading on these are just amazing. The details in the eyes, I think, are the best parts. I think the detail that this author, I think, the artist is Itachi, yeah, not the one from Naruto, puts a lot of detail and emphasis on eyes and hair, and I think it really does pop out and show within these volumes. It just looks so nice, and I had to show them on this video because I think not many people have Haganai because it's hard to get, but I needed to just show how good this art can really be. Now, one that everyone is going to be expecting. Now, I had to place it higher than My Hero because in general it is just a better cover. And I will say this cover is one of my favorites of all time, and that's going to be Black Clover Volume 28, I believe this is? Yeah, 28. This is kind of the real start to the Spade Kingdom arc. This is where it starts ramping up and becomes crazy. I think that really shows on here. The shading on this volume cover is just absolutely insane. The nice little details are great. And I really like having Jack on the cover because basically his chapter is within this volume, and his chapter is amazing. I like the symbolism behind it. I like having Noct, Charlotte, Asta, and Yuno here. I think it just makes everything nice and equal, I guess, because you have all these greens on one side and then you have all these darker colors on the other side to contrast it. I think it looks very nice, and I like the whole kind of contrast of both of them. I think what makes it great is because Yuno is on all green, and then Charlotte is with her Ivy Whips or whatever, so they're green, but she has a black outfit on, and they make sure to show it, and then it kind of like goes into this black kind of theme with Asta and Noct. I think it's just really cool looking. As you can't tell, I'm just trying to overpick it because everyone overanalyzes everything on Twitter, and I hate it, so I'm going to do it here just to annoy some people, just so they can hate me because I put this above My Hero 25. That's it. I love this volume. It's great. And before anyone just says I put this on here because my favorite color is green, it's not. My favorite color is blue, so yes. Now, one I'm very sad about, because I would be putting another volume of this series on here, but I don't currently own it. JoJo's Volume 12, the singles. The one I would have put on here is 13, but I think this one is a very close second. I love the Volume 12. I just love the look in the background, how it looks like manga, and I love just the pose Jotaro's doing, and the kind of contrast between the yellows and the whites and blacks. And yeah, I don't know, there's something about it. I like the color scheme of it all. I also like how much Jotaro pops on it. I feel like because everything is white, and then there's these like yellow hearts, the yellow hearts definitely pop the most, but I just feel like Jotaro pops even though it's like not that saturated. I feel like this is kind of like dull in terms of color scheme form. A darker blue, darker purple. I don't know, it's just something weird about it. But I also do love the font of the JoJo singles. I love the font of how they write JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think it looks amazing. Just the volumes in general look great, and not much else I can say. Also, the spine's amazing. Love me a good spine. I will say there's one thing that annoys me about these covers, and it's the back cover. I think all of them are pretty generic, but this one definitely has a whole place in my heart. I think it looks great. I just like how there's like the small little details, like this little bit like Egyptian building right here, and there's like all these little details within the story that are just shown on here that you wouldn't really notice unless you look deep into it. So yeah, JoJo's Volume 12. Now this next one I've been wanting to talk about for a while, because I could have put anyone in the first like 6 to 5 volumes, and you probably just got spoiled on what it was because I accidentally showed the spine. It's going to be Hunter x Hunter Volume 3. I really love this cover. I think it's very, very close to Volume 1. I will be very honest, but I think that when they get to the ones with Killua, Kurapika, Leorio, and Gon in this kind of pose with an animal under it, it just looks very nice. And I do think the use of the different greens fits it very well. And I also will say, this is probably my favorite spine. I like the different greens and how they mesh together very well. But yeah, I very much think this is one of the best Hunter x Hunter volume covers in general. I love the kind of contrast of the greens, like I said. I love how the turtle's facing one way and Golan's facing the other one. I don't know, it's just a nice little detail I like. I like how the fruit kind of pops a little bit that Golan's holding, because it's one of the only things on this volume that isn't green. And yeah, I just think there's a lot of little things that I like about this volume that not many people give it the hype it deserves. I think the ones that people do is the Kurapika cover or probably the Leorio cover, but yeah, these are just... I love all the beginning of Hunter x Hunter volume covers. I wish they all stuck to this kind of theme, but later on they go to a chibi theme that looks disgusting, so... But Hunter x Hunter have great covers. Very much cannot complain about this cover, and I very much enjoy it. Now, that was it for this video. I know it was kind of a short one, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and those were some of my favorite covers inside my manga collection. And before you guys go, I would like to know what volume covers are your favorite within your collection. Please leave a comment down below, but what you like in your collection, what's your favorite covers. So yeah, that's all I want to know, and see you guys next time. Peace!